am a mess. Hello, hello, I am live. Wow, we just got blasted with some major energy, and sorry that I'm late. I hope that I didn't keep people waiting. I was actually out on the trail. Granny Paula had me out in the woods, so I'm running a little behind, but wanted to connect to all of you so much, so much, so much has been going on, so much energy, so much. Hello, hello. And we might have a delay. I just saw that the Schumann just spiked again. Let me get myself situated here. Bring the energy down a little bit. But hi, for those of you who are already here, I'll give it a few more minutes for people to come onto the chat so we can connect. See how everybody is doing. Because I know that we're in a lot. There's a lot. There's been a lot of energy. There's been a lot of, hi Steph. Girl, tell me about it. I was so dizzy yesterday all day. Was in bed all day. I was on Friday. Friday got me big time. Got me good. And I want to talk about that because when I came out of it, I had reconnected with my guides. Hi, Darren. Yes, lots of energy. And my experience was Mars energy. There's so much to talk about, so much to pack it in. But we've all been feeling the blast. Yeah, it came out of it came out of nowhere, and we're still experiencing it. So, let me get my bearings here. Where do I even begin? I will tell you my personal experiences. Hi, Jess. Hello. So much energy this weekend. Yeah, crazy. So just bear with me here for a moment. I ran in the door. We were outside on the trail, and for those of you who remember Granny Paula, she was with me and she said, it's 5:03. I said, okay, I'm going to be a little late, and that's okay. Steph, I was a little scared at first, but then I remember these damn energies. Yeah, tell me about it. I was even kind of, oh, my candles are all empty. I was even taken aback by it myself, and I know better too. Hello from India. Okay. And I'm going to just warn everybody until my moderators come in that we are keeping the chat about the topic at hand, what we're talking about here. Hello from, okay. Hello. We're talking about the energy, the astrology. There's Amy. Hello. Thank you. I'm glad that you're here. We're all filtering in here. We've got a lot of people in the chat right now. The topic is the current energy as well as the astrology and the solar flares and solar activities that we are currently experiencing. So where to begin? Where did we leave off? I know that I was talking about the lunar eclipse in the last live and the sun meeting up with Saturn, which was not fun at all. That we were met with a lot of restrictions, challenges, setbacks, things of that nature. Maybe not everybody, but many people were. Now, oh, interesting. We have 11:11. Okay. The equinox. The equinox energy knocked me on my butt. Basically, so that was Thursday night. I had been woken up in the middle of the night from Thursday night at 3 a.m. abruptly, extremely abruptly, sat up like a rocket. And there was so much energy streaming through my body, I couldn't keep up with it. It was very abrupt. And I was up all night. I couldn't even really make heads or tails of it. I couldn't connect and get messages. It was very chaotic. It was a lot. And then I found out that the electrical grid at Heathrow Airport had caught on fire and they had to reroute thousands and thousands of planes, and I felt it. Like, I literally sat up in bed when that happened. So that was the first experience, the first blast that affected me personally. I actually sometimes experience laziness, being without energy when full moon comes. Do you have any suggestions to get more energy when full moon's coming? Jesso, we've been driving all weekend and made the decision no more during retrograde. Yeah. So that was Thursday night for me into Friday, and all day Friday. My body was so exhausted, energetically depleted. I had already made up my mind that, okay, I'm not going to be going to my one job and doing work today. There's absolutely no way I can do anything. And then there's another aspect, the Mars. So we've got Mars, right? We're talking about personal planets. Mars in Cancer, which is pissy, which is grumpy, which is very not nice. Mine was not nice. My masculine energy personally was not nice to me at all. Hi, Granny Paula, on the way home. So all day Saturday, I was reprimanded by my own personal masculine energy or Mars energy telling me that I've got to do something. You can't just lay here. You've got to do something. And every time I would get up to do something, I was stopped. Meaning, like, even when I went on my computer to just try to get a little bit of work done, nothing would work. I couldn't log in. I got kicked out of everything. So I would come out into, like, this part of my house and, like, I tried to, like, clean, and I broke something. Nothing was working. It was like, no, 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 don't do anything. Okay. Surrendered back down into bed. My body kept saying no as well. And I laid there for a while. I still wasn't really connecting. I was feeling like, what is wrong with me? What is all this energy? This is a lot. And it was restless, but my body was exhausted. This part of my brain, this masculine energy of me, was like, you need to do something. You can't just lay here. Why don't you go through all your clothes? Why don't you clean your house? You got to do something. And every time I would get up to try to do something, either my body was like, absolutely not, or something would stop me, literally, physically stop me. It was wild. So at one point I decided I'm going to go get in my car. I wanted to get juice. Can I go get juice? Right? So I go to the store and I come home and I realize I forgot something. And then I was pissy and grumpy all over again. It was cold. It was windy. I was just like, what is this? So I get back in my car, even though I knew better. I knew better. Yeah, the retrograde. Get back in my car, and don't you know, all mayhem blew up. Like, There was so much traffic going on. There's a sinkhole in the road that takes me somewhere. I got caught in it for like 45 minutes. Took me 55 minutes to get somewhere that takes me 5 minutes. And I sat in that traffic and I said, okay, I surrender. I get it. I see. I really am not supposed to be doing something. So by the time, and I did end up running into Granny Paula, so that was nice. We reconnected at the store. But by the time I got back home, that mean Mars, masculine, distorted part of my brain energy was still on me. It would not let me rest. And my body was so tired. And I just went through all of the motions of like, I've tried everything. I know I'm not supposed to do anything and I'm not connecting to anything. I know I should have walked right there. It was just all of this stuff. And then I finally surrendered. Oh, and there were all these infiltrative, I call them infiltrative energies, people wanting to come in because my body was going through this electrical energetic upgrade at that time. That's why I needed to be down. Steph, most likely you too, because my hands got on fire again. My palms of my feet got on fire again. I could feel the energies running through my body. It didn't feel good, but I wasn't getting guidance. Like, there's something happening here. I was going, what is going on? What's wrong with me? You know, it was one of those days. Just fighting it tooth and nail. Just fought it. Until this, and when other people's energies, meaning like phone calls, text messages from people I haven't heard from in a long time, and they're like, hey girl, what's going on? You want to do this? You want to do that? I'm like, no, I don't want to do anything. Mosquitoes were in my bedroom. It's freezing here. Where did the mosquitoes come from? I don't know, but they're symbolic for me. So they're coming in, biting me until I killed them. And so there was like a 20-minute loop of all of this stuff that wanted to take from me because I wasn't settling into whatever the energetics were happening at that time, for sure. I'm sure there's more on the astrological plane that was also playing massive games with me on Friday. This was me Friday. Until I finally got to see myself and I laughed. And then I got the connection from my guides and they said, yeah, we wanted you to see that part of yourself. You weren't very nice to yourself, were you? I was like, no, that wasn't even me. It's part of, hi, Dustin. It's part of what they're kind of calling mechanical, machine-like. It's part of the programmed mind that is, it's a little bit for me, still in operation. And I got to see it all the way. And I was like, ooh, I don't like that. I didn't like missing my connection. All we had was Mars energy moving. Venus and Mercury both dropped out energetically, retrograde, behind the sun and the earth. We lost our minds, we lost our feminine energy, we lost our creativity, we lost all that. All we had was distorted masculine Mars in Cancer, emotional, grumpy, pissy, in operation. That's how I saw it for myself. That was my experience there. And by the end of it, when the sun started setting, and I was able to just lie in my bed and watch the sunset from my bedroom, it all hit me. Gratitude. Wow, I can actually watch the sunset from my bed. What am I complaining about? What is wrong with me? Why was I complaining so much? And it was just all to show me these energetics in operation. And there's more, for sure. But that whole blast at Heathrow Airport woke me up out of bed. So by that night, I did finally get to sleep. Hi, Martin. I did finally get to sleep. Probably around like 10. And I did have some really good friends, like some really good angelic type friends come in after the mosquito people came in and really were able to like laugh with me about the energy about ourselves and how we acted or reacted or whatever it was to that blast. I knew it wasn't over, but I went to sleep finally because I hadn't slept for a while at that point. I'd been up since 3 a.m. the night before. And I wake up at midnight, or it was like 12:30, again, wide awake. Nothing, I didn't hear anything. But as soon as I started to open my eyes, I see all of these lights. And I'm like, oh no, now what? And there were all these cop car lights outside of my bedroom window. So I finally get up and I look out the bedroom window, and somebody in a giant van had just run off the road and ran right into my neighbor's car. Like 2 cars, like just slammed right into him. I didn't hear it, but there were like 4 cop cars, an ambulance, and like all these things going on outside my bedroom window. And I'm like, what is this? And so I was up again. It took them like 2 or 3 hours to clear that out. And I don't know what was going on. Apparently, it seemed like maybe the person was intoxicated and just like maybe fell asleep or lost control or something. Anyway, then we move into the day, because then I was doing readings all day yesterday at Solace Farms, and we were at the Venus Cazimi, the Venus star point. So the Venus and the sun met, and I did enjoy that energy. I had really great connections and really great creativity and a lot of beautiful energy that came in. But it was like every single transit that the sun has been making with each of these other personal planets has had an extra effect. And I feel like there was something to do with the equinox energy and an opening or a crack open to bring more of this, because we're in this huge solar geomagnetic storm that our devices will not pick up on. I think this frequency is so high, it's so intense that the apps aren't picking up. The Schumann Resonance app isn't picking up on it. The Space Weather Live isn't fully picking up on the magnitude of the energy, because Paula and I were outside. You can see there's a halo, a rainbow ring around the sun. I've been noticing, and she validated for me, a pink hue in the light of day and the sun being just white. I've noticed this for weeks now, but wow, just so much energy. I could go on and on and on. Those are just some examples of like my experience, but I was down. Literally, I tried, and I got to see the parts of me that fight just giving myself some downtime and some rest. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Everybody's saying hi. I'm sorry if I'm going to miss something. I'm just going to kind of quickly skim through. Hi, everybody. Jess says I'm back home in my bed, much better. Hi. Everyone, I think everyone was okay. I don't know. I mean, I know that they took the driver away in the ambulance, but I think that I feel like, and I have to ask my neighbor, my poor neighbor, his vehicles always get damaged from weirdness, but I feel like he was just intoxicated under the influence of something. Corona, California is currently gorgeous, blue skies, bright warm sunshine. I love you all very much. Thank you for all the energies you're transmuting. The collective is being force-fed painful truths. So yeah, that's for sure. Hi, everybody. All right. So let me hear about some of your experiences. Is anybody having some, like, am I the only one having like really intensely wacky, crazy experiences on top of the physical? I mean, there's definitely physical sensations. And Oh, and I did get to have time with my grandson yesterday, who also just validated more of like the psychic and telepathic stream that we're on. He is spot on. He's 3 years old, and he knows. He knows at like he knew to call my niece. We were going for ice cream. He said, "Call Ella." I said, "I think they're shopping." He's like, "Call Ella." So I called, and they're like, "Oh, we just pulled in at home. Want to get ice cream?" Okay. It was like something like that. He just knew, you know. There was more to it than that, but I'm just giving you examples. Like, so that was definitely a magical, beautiful experience to have with the kids. Jess says lots of accidents. Yes, there was many more accidents after the one outside my bedroom. I forgot to mention it. Lots of accidents this weekend in our travels, and road rage. Yes, road rage, people tailgating, trying to really test you, right? We're all being tested, just like the mosquitoes. The mosquitoes were an indicator. I read energy very symbolically, and it will literally come to me in that way. There is no reason for mosquitoes to be in my bedroom. It's like 30 some degrees or whatever here. They shouldn't even be alive, right? But because they were warning me that you're going to have a few people come in and test you, try to take from you, because I'm doing this energy work and I'm in this energetic upgrade. There are people that like hone in on that and like, "Oh, I need some of that. I need what Paige has. I need some of your energy right now." And they were like, "Do not," like I was killing those mosquitoes left and right. Um, joint pains this weekend, says Jess. Yeah, I've had a lot of jaw and teeth pain. Darren says mantra music transmutes all my tests. Good. That's good. Martin, not out there looking for it. No, yesterday was full of water accidents. Interesting with the Neptune, right? Neptune. Whew. Neptune's doing a number for us. And I feel like that's who's really talking, like knocking on my door right now. Neptune at the end degrees of Pisces, getting ready to move out of its home sign after being there for 14 years. That's a big deal. That's a big, huge deal, right? And I definitely was taken down memory lane of my ways of being in the last 14 years, my ways of escapism, right? The ways that we, what do we do when we're not awakened and understanding that we need to be true to our own energetic nature, and we're just trying to like fit into the world and just trying to go to work or just trying to like survive in an energetic place that is not in alignment with our energy. We self-medicate, we go to the doctor and medicate, we find ways. That was the old versions of us, and we're kind of coming back around to see those versions of us, or even playing out old patterns. And I feel like in this eclipse sandwich, in between this eclipse sandwich, many of us have had a good look at ourselves in that respect. The Venusian Neptune dance, yes. And I know there's more, because I'm hearing star systems. There's so much more. There's so much more than just the planets. So much more going on, and it's all within us. We are being shaken, and we're going around and around, and I keep seeing, and I keep asking for clarity, and I keep getting the same answer. I keep seeing spiral here, a spiral here, a spiral here. There's like 3 of them. And they're all intertwining with each other. They're all kind of spinning and bumping into each other like timelines or experiences. And it's giving us an option. Which do you choose? Which do you choose? See yourself. How are you going to respond? How are you going to react? Here you are over here. So we have these highs and lows, and it's a trip, really. Honestly, it is a trip. Hi, Lisa. Oh, yes. That's right. Dustin passed some painful kidney stones last week. Yeah, yeah. Held in anger from traumatic past experiences. Yep, yep, yep. Granny Paula, throat issues, something pressing on the Adam's apple. Throat chakra. Martin, the Venusian Neptune dance. Hi, Lisa. Healing Aries. Yeah, I feel that, Martin. Dustin, lots of clearing, lots of old patterns and belief systems needing to be deleted, and just love needing to be embodied. Forgiveness for self and all is crucial for growth. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, very painful those stones are. Yes. I'm glad that you're all here. We're all made it. We all survived, right? What a trip. What a trip. What a ride. And I have been wanting to come on and connect with you guys through it all. And it was just like either I was knocked offline or just life was taking me in other places, and I'm glad to like have this space and time to connect with you all now. Yes, our tribe is strong. That is for sure. 100%. And I'm feeling called to the beautiful deck that Martin had gifted me, Souls on Fire, to start off this reading. We are very strong, you know, and love always wins. I'm reminded of that all the time. So it can be humbling. It's important to laugh at yourself as well when we kind of come up from out of the darkness or the patterns. Hi, Tori. I'll tell you, I did have I've recognized so many patterns of mine in the last couple of weeks. I've lost track. I've literally lost track of time, which is okay. I've lost track of the days, how long it's been since these, and the hyper vigilant part of me is like, you should be documenting this, you should be writing this all down. And the soul aspect's like, just experience it, you're going to remember. I don't need to document it. I am not here to document. Not anymore. I used to do that. I think that was my way of just trying to understand what the heck was going on. Yes, and my baby, my grandson definitely had and I'm always so grateful when I get to have time with my grandson and my niece, and we went out for ice cream. We just did fun kid stuff, you know. It was great. I needed that after Friday. But by the end of Friday, by Friday night, I was literally laughing. I mean, I was crying that day. I was so like upset, like really thinking that there was something seriously wrong with me, and just so alone. You know that feeling when you're offline and everything's all over the place in your body, and you're just like, I'm so alone in all of this, and nobody's gonna understand. Just really being a big baby and a whiner, and it's okay, because when I came out of that, I saw that. I was like, wow, that's it's the equinox, not something you just missed. That's right. Woo, boy. And then, you know, because I really felt like I was the only one having that experience. It wasn't until I came up out of it and I started to like receive my clarity from my guides, where actually other people, other mystics and psychics and friends, people I trust and love, came through and started calling me and texting me like, did you feel that? What is going on with the blast? I'm like, oh, thank God it was not just me. Because when you're in it, you feel like it's just you. You feel, at least I do. I suddenly go into this deep, isolating, oh my God. Because there's nothing worse than like trying to like tell somebody like what you're experiencing and they just look at you like, huh, I feel fine. Everything's fine with me. You know? And you're like, oh, okay. Guess you didn't ride on that wave like I did. Because, oh boy, took me for a little tumble. Okay. Let me just calm the energy down for a minute here. Yes, Happy New Year. Thank you, Amy, for, yes, truly. Happy New Year, everybody. As the equinox marks the natural new year for us all. And I still do feel a whole new chapter. There has been a lot of newness that has definitely blossomed and opened up for me and just showering me with love. And I'm just so grateful. I just don't like it when I get taken into those really deep, dark places of myself. But we have to see those parts of ourselves so that we can make a choice to like, oh, this is a pattern. This is something that I do not want to be in my operating system anymore. Let's clear it. Let's move beyond it. I choose a higher timeline than this. Spring equinox is technically the start of the zodiac calendar. Yep. It absolutely is. All right, let's get a couple cards here. I feel a lot better. And I'm actually really proud of myself for not, this Six of Pentacles has been coming up so much. It actually came up in reverse. And I typically don't read reversals, so let me just pick up a couple more. The Lovers. I'll show you the cards in a minute. Are we taking that in reverse? Can I get... Okay. The Emperor. We're doing that in reverse. Anything else? Now, if you still feel the heaviness, it's okay. It's temporary. The trick is, or the key, not the trick, okay, is to not let it swallow you up. Not to believe that that actually is a truth. It's just showing us something. I got swallowed into it. I tried to break out of it. I had to see my patterns. And it took a whole day. But by the end, I was laughing at myself, and all of the energy lifted, and it became very light, and there was a brilliant, beautiful sunset that kind of solidified like everything is okay. And all the gratitude came flowing back in, and then all the high vibrational people in my life kind of flowed in. Page of Cups, okay. I feel like this is very specific. Okay, one more. Weight on the shoulders, yep. back pain, neck pain. Yes, we're being shown where we're holding the density, where we're holding on to old energy. If you're feeling it in your physical body, that's definitely what it's showing you right now. And it can be so subconscious, unconscious. And it does take the body a little bit longer to bounce back from these big blasts. Okay. Oh. Grace at the bottom. Can I get one more on this, please? This is a big message, and I just want to make sure I'm understanding it all the way. Thank you. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, big message, especially with Venus still in retrograde, and really important for all of us to take this message in and recognize maybe some of our patterns, because as we move forward, we are moving forward very fast. If you haven't noticed how fast timelines and energies are shifting and moving, we are talking about giving from the heart, Page of Cups, as well as sharing our emotional process with each other, expressing our feelings, and sharing love, giving from the heart. Giving from the heart definitely came up. I know it's backwards now in the lives. I'm not sure why, but just showing you anyway. Overall message. We've got, there's an inner protector. When the Six of Pentacles came out, it flew upside down. I typically don't do reversals unless they say, yeah, take it in reverse. Six of Pentacles, giving. Why do we give? This came up in the last message too. Pay attention to your patterns, because we are givers. We are here to give and receive. But we have very key patterns that we want to pay attention to. Why do we give sometimes? And back to my mosquito example of because there was a codependent part in me that was like, I feel like I need to explain to these people why I can't actually be there for them or talk to them or whatever it is that they want me to do. And that I don't need to explain to anybody why I'm not available for them at that moment. But I recognized that. I saw that. I almost gave and I got bit by the mosquito. I was like, how much do you want to change? I'm like, I do. No more. And I put my hands up. I'm like, I'm not in a space to give. And so all the people that wanted to take from me came in to show me my patterns, just to show you. Why are you giving? Is it a pattern? Could be. We have the Lovers here as well. I'm going to get deeper into that one. But it's so interesting because we have the Inner Protector was the first card out when I asked about this message here. We have important soul contracts with people in our life experience that are here to teach us to release from giving because we feel like we're supposed to, because we're indebted, because we feel bad, we feel responsible, we feel it's codependency, it's guilt, it's whatever it is. And they're some of them, for some of us, they're so unconscious or subconscious. I saw it all. It's like, I just feel like I need to respond so that they're not waiting for me. And I was not in a space to respond to anybody at that time. and it was just clearly show me that part of myself. Emperor in reverse, especially when you are not in your power, when you don't have anything to give, when we get destabilized, sometimes we get knocked down for a reason, and then the tests come in. What will you choose? What will you give? Are you going to give of yourself still when you're knocked down, when you're all the way down? Are you still going to give? This has been a lesson that we have been dragging through slowly but surely. And it's important that we pick up on all of these little cues, all of these little tests that we receive with Three of Swords in reverse too. Because whatever past heartbreak, pain, or even just feeling other people's pain, right? Because we're all empaths. I feel bad. They're in a bad way. I should probably check on them. I should probably give them some of my something. And this isn't to say like not to give. We're talking about learning how to give from the heart when we have something to give. There are times where each and every one of us, myself, definitely on Friday, I had nothing to give. Nothing. I needed something for myself. I couldn't even give to myself. And when those tests came through, boy, I saw that aspect of myself that like I said, why did I feel like I needed to give? And it was more than just one person that came through to teach me that, to show me that. Let's see here. What are you guys saying? Aw, Dustin, Paula, you're very important to all this. Oh, that's right, Paula. You helped Dustin so much with his doggies and his food and all that. Divine prosperity. You guys must be having a side conversation. Real prosperity is fulfilling it. It comes when we're willing to give or find something to give to. Yeah. I drive past a homeless veteran almost every day. It breaks my heart, but I can't give him anything. Aw. We're shown these patterns. Let's get a little deeper into this, because what I'm picking up from this is, first of all, many of us are givers. We don't allow ourselves to receive. I know that's definitely a message for me. It's very hard to receive. I'm better now, but still, it's hard to receive a compliment. It's hard to receive advice. It's hard to receive anything sometimes because we've had to be so strong. We've had to rely on ourselves the whole time. This message is saying we need to also be open to receive and pay attention to why we are giving in the first place. Are we giving from the heart truly, or is the ego mind tricking you and telling you you're giving from the heart when really you're giving from an old pattern that needs to end? Because many of us have given and given with good intention. The intention is good. We're not saying that, but giving because the inner protector is saying, if I don't give, I'm going to feel bad. I'm going to feel their pain. I'm going to feel guilty. And we want to understand when we're in the heart and when we can always give love energetically. We can, and I even did on Friday. I'm like, I'm sorry, I love you. I can't respond to you. I can't give you what you're asking for right now. Like, just energetically, I'm saying that. Because if I even tried to start a dialogue, it would have just opened up Pandora's box of who knows what. You know, I literally have gone through this so many times in my life. What this message is saying, it took me a long time to learn this lesson because of this pattern. You don't even see it until the universe really will rope you into an experience with somebody where you find yourself so depleted of your own energy. And why? You know what I mean? Oh, stomach pains. Yes, absolutely. I've definitely been having stomach and intestinal issues ever since the equinox. Yeah. And I know a lot of other people that are having that as well, for sure. And Paula and I were actually talking about fasting. Yeah, I feel like my body was trying to tell me, like, yeah, you might as well not even eat anything. Basically, why don't you take a couple days off, or at least a day off, and see because our body actually will clear itself out naturally when we even just do a day of like a water fast. It will literally the cells start to detoxify and get rid of old dying cells, and it's amazing. Our bodies are incredible machines. It's almost like they're showing me an oven, like a self-cleaning oven. You just push the button basically and it's gonna do its own thing, right? So yeah. Let's see if anything else wants to come through for this particular message. Do we have any questions on this? What? Okay. Yeah? Nope. Okay. Tori, I've been sitting with an ice pack on my left shoulder. Has been something else today. I think I slept on it wrong. Oh yeah, shoulder pain. Let me tell you something about the shoulder pain. That's very odd, but I've gone through that with these energetic upgrades so many times. I think it was last year, I literally heard it's gonna take a while. It was like a frozen shoulder. It's gonna take a while for that one to clear up, but like eventually it just kind of like popped back out into place. But yeah, we do get our joints and our specifically shoulders and hips and neck will very much, whenever we get these giant blasts of higher frequency, new frequency, again, it's where are you holding stuck energy, old energy? Do you feel like you've been holding a lot of weight on your shoulders or carrying a lot? Even the burden of humanity, you know, it could be past life stuff too, really. I love Fiona Apple. Has a song out called I'm an Incredible Machine. Yep. Speaking of machines, if any of you have not seen yet, it's about an 8-year-old movie now, but you can find it on YouTube. It's called Samadhi. Check that out. It kind of will take you into a space where you're like, oh yeah, I understand where I've been and where I'm heading now, because I'm removing myself from being a part of the machine, the matrix. Even though we still have a part of our brain that's a little programmed, or some people a lot programmed, or half and half, we've all got a little bit of the program, and it's coming undone because the whole machine is actually coming undone. It actually has so many graphics that shows that a lot of humans are almost just like batteries for this machine. And as I was out in public earlier this morning, I could see people just unconsciously shopping and on their phone like they were just batteries feeding into this giant machine that was like, consume more, buy more. And it's very robotic, and they need our energy, the battery that keeps the machine running. Many of us are unplugging from that, and that's a scary thing for many people that are just starting to wake up and come online to that realization, like, oh, you mean I don't have to be a part of that? I can unplug from that? You can, and you should. If you really want to be a true your true human experience, unplug, disengage from the machine itself. Yep, consume, obey. Oh yeah, Paula, weren't we talking about that too? How we have all the fears coming in. I'm going to get in trouble if I don't do this, if I don't do that. They're going to take me away. They're going to put me in jail. Yep. But it's so true. It's been force-fed to us. These lies. There are nothing but lies. I'll probably be taken down from this. What else do you want to... Okay. Base chakra. I'm hearing the roots, getting down to the roots. Yes. Okay. Do you want that in reverse? Okay. So just to complete this message about no longer participating in being even a cog in the wheel or a battery for the machine, the monkey mind. Yeah. Amy, being in the present moment solves so much, puts an end to overthinking and anxiety. Yeah, but we still have to check our beliefs. There's little pockets of old belief systems that have been programmed in there. Mental conflict, right? So when you finally come into union with your spiritual self, you realize there's some mental conflict there. What is right? What is wrong? What is up? What is down? What do I do? How do I keep myself surviving on this planet? I've been taught all of these things, and if I don't do all of these things, I'm not going to survive. I'm not going to be taken care of, right? Well, all that's coming apart too. Unfortunately, for many who have fed into the machine and believed that the machine was going to protect you, it's going to take your money and it's going to put it into a savings for you, right? So you don't have to worry about it when you get old enough. And that age of retirement got older and older and older and older, right? When you get old enough, we've got you. Suddenly that's becoming not a truth anymore, right? For many. The truth is, it was never designed to keep us safe. It was never designed for humanity, the machine. The truth is, when we connect to our truth, to our spiritual nature, to spirit, God, universe, source, whatever you want to call the creator of us in these human forms, where we come from, the stars, we connect to that, we're safe, we're good, we're grounded, we're rooted back to our true roots, ancient roots. I'm hearing primordial roots. Yeah, no such thing as retirement anymore. That's okay. I'm totally retired. I'm totally retired from that, And when you trust that you're led in the right direction, we're always going to be taken care of. Our basic needs will definitely be taken care of. You have to have the trust and the faith. It's a scary leap of faith for many, and I've been there. Many of us have. It's terrifying, but when you do, you're like, oh, that wasn't so bad at all. Actually, what was I so worried about? The real truth has always been hidden. That's right. Roots before fruits. That's right. So there's such a thing as spiritual prosperity, right? Material. We can co-create. We don't need the machine. Actually, the machine was there to take from us. Now is our chance to actually create the true human experience we're meant to have. Co-create with the creator itself. The issue is the belief systems and how many belief systems have been indoctrinated and programmed into our minds through religion, through social upbringing, through schools, you name it, it's riddled. The whole matrix is riddled with it. You've got to come inward into yourself to truly know yourself, know thyself. Sacral chakra, creation, co-creating. No longer suffering. No longer suffering in silence. Why do you think? I mean, there's no coincidence. People manifest the most amazing things all the time, and it seemed like those who were manifesting like big, huge things were not spiritual at all, or not connected to their truth at all, because there is a magic to this. You've got to have a belief system and a trust system. There is what some would call dark magic. The spiritual community is riddled with it, riddled with toxicity. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe anybody else's story but your own. Sure seems that way. I never understood it. We're not meant to understand other people's. There are definitely sages and prophets that have left amazing advice, guidelines, guidance. But as Thoth would say, all of that is already encoded in us. We've got to unpack the true being by unlearning, unconditioning, undoing everything that has been placed and done to us, like those Russian dolls. Now they're showing me Russian dolls. Take the next layer, take the next layer off, take the next layer off. Now when you finally get to the core, that's powerful. That's magical. You don't have other people's programs in there. It's almost like, let's have a clean slate, wash away the whole operating system and reboot from square one. Love is all there is the one truth. We came to experience what isn't real. Only the bravest of the brave, the strongest of the strong could find their way back to the divine self under this dark gauntlet. That is well said. Granny Paula says, well said. Yeah. It's pretty amazing, isn't it? The thing is, the exciting thing is for many of us who have been riding this journey for so long, knowing in our inner knowing, in the depths of our inner knowing, that this truth will be revealed to more, and even to ourselves, because we all still have some layers of programming that are running in operation. They're getting stripped away. Allow it to be stripped away. Allow yourself to receive guidance. Allow yourself to receive the symbols, the synchronicities that are speaking to you every single moment of every single day. Allow yourself to feel in the heart, in your heart, what is true. And understand that when you are under resistance, when you are feeling a lot of weight and pushback, there's something in you that is not allowing the flow, not allowing whatever creator, source, universe, God is trying to strip from you so you can see your truth, so you can see your purity. We're not going back from here. There is no going back. So we've got to get on board with creating new, creating from the heart, and try to get out of the mind. Know that the mind is tainted. It's an operating system. And that ego, that inner protector, I mean, it is designed to protect us, but what are we protecting ourselves from now? We don't want to protect ourselves from giving from the heart. We do want to have balanced relationships and experiences with others. We truly do. That's part of our nature, our human nature. So it's time to take our power back. One step at a time. And the way we take our power back is to actually allow things to be unraveled and undone. Okay, let's get one more message here. Whew, that felt really good. And not to be afraid of the dark. Truly. You can find hidden messages in everything. Movies, especially Disney movies. It's all out there in plain sight. It always has been. Now, what's being exposed is like in a little, it's like a lot, right? And the energy is high, and more people are like shell-shocked. Really, it is what we would call disillusionment. Suddenly, everything I believe to be true is not at all, and it's shocking. So many of us that are here now are being prepared to be there, to give from the heart, meaning compassion, understanding, love. I've been there. I know. I understand. It is heart-wrenching, heartbreaking to realize you've given most of your time and energy in your life to something that's not even real. All the free time and freedom I could have had, all the could have, would have, should haves that are suddenly like flooding into people right now. Dark night of the soul, nothing makes sense. Let's have compassion. People are going to be acting out. I'm already witnessing it. I'm getting dribs and drabs of them right now, but my spidey senses are picking up that, oh, this is going to be a lot more than even I expected. Because this awakening, this quickening of the awakening is next level. It's next level. And we've been prepared for this all along. So just stay grounded, stay centered, allow. I don't know how that one got in here. That is so strange. Allow for the strangeness to even show you some things. Isn't that funny? Oh my. I feel like there's one more message for us. Okay. We're going there. Oops. Whew. I can feel it in my mid back right now. It's almost like, oh, another thing, as far as energy goes, the Kundalini rising, even if you've already gone through it, is rising again. At least it is for me, for sure. That energy, that snake-like energy that lies dormant at the base of the spine until it's time, until we're ripe. I know, the year of the snake. Very symbolic, but that Kundalini rising has been hitting me. And it can be exciting, electric, energetic. It can also take you down for a couple of days. It can take you all which ways. So again, to trust that we're born with this stuff. It's coming alive inside of our bodies. It's coming alive. It is true. I highly recommend watching that Samadhi. It's probably like an hour video, but it is so well done. It is so well done. Dustin says, let's all here now imagine us together sitting in a circle, facing outward, projecting our love, unconditional, streaming from the heart to all life on earth. Okay, let's do that. Let's all take a moment to just do that for the collective, for sure. You can find it on YouTube. I don't remember the name of the maker, but if you look it up, and it's in various languages too. I just rewatched it yesterday because a friend of mine, it came across her feed and she's like, have you ever seen this before? I'm like, oh yeah, that's really good. So I just rewatched it just because sometimes, you miss things. And it is about everything that I've just been talking about and more. It is about the awakening. It is about our energetics. It is about the state of samadhi, which even if you try to grasp that mentally, you're missing the mark. It is about transcending from all that we perceive to be reality. And you got to check it out. I'm going to butcher it, but he really, this is a beautiful production. Our true nature and essence. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Dustin. Good. Dustin put a link in the chat to it earlier. Just got to scroll back. I love all the love. So yeah, let's just imagine that we are all sitting in a circle together. It would be lovely. Let's maybe manifest that one day where we can have a whole unite the light type of experience together in the physical, where we can sit around like a bonfire, a fire, a sacred spot, a sacred space. But we can do this right here, right now. And just join our hearts together and shine out and spread out love to the world, because it needs it, to humanity, to every living being, plant, mineral, the earth itself, all the extra dimensional beings, all the higher guides and angelics, and you name it. There's so much to everything, right? And just really seeing the circles again. Interesting. So when I close my eyes, I'm constantly reminded of the flower of life, which is how we are all connected, intersected by the center of the circle, and it creates this beautiful pattern of a flower. Flowers have been big for me as far as symbology in many different ways, as far as like I myself energetically am opening up like the flower. The connection of the sacred geometry, and so much more. Wouldn't that be lovely, Amy? Like, we could at least put that out there in the ethers, and I do feel bigger things for us all, meaning opening up portals, opening up spaces, opening up opportunities where you know, you can't logically think how these things happen, but they do. I mean, I've definitely manifested things in my life that I'm like, wow, I can't believe that actually happened. Like, that I actually co-created that. So let's not let our minds get in the way, right? Divine spiral, says Martin. Oh, that's right, Paula. May I share the hellborn flower energy, the flower we saw today? I looked it up. It relates. Let's hear it. What? Yes, please share. Yes, please do. Paula and I went for a walk in the trail by my house, and we came across this flower, the hellborn flower, and I had never seen these flowers. I mean, this is my park. I walk it all the time. I've never seen these flowers here before. But they're gorgeous, beautiful. They're called, what are they called? Hellborn. I think that's how we're pronouncing it anyway. Okay, the hellborn flower instills a profound bond with Mother Earth, providing stability even during periods of turbulence and darkness. It serves as a gentle reminder that shadows often give rise to breathtaking beauty. Hellborn symbolizes resilience, a bridge between our roots and the courage to face life's trials. How perfect is that? How perfect is that? And we just came across that today. Like, excuse me. Wow. All of a sudden, energy. I love that. I've never ever seen these flowers there before. Whoo! I love that. Thank you, Paula, for looking that up and sharing that. That is incredible. That's perfect. See how the symbology just keeps going, right? This is where we need to keep the communication with nature, with our nature, with spirit. I got a tickle in my throat from that one. Whoo! I love that. And it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. I didn't even have my phone on me, so I couldn't even take a picture of them, but there were like pinkish purple ones, and then there were like white yellow ones, and then there were others that were just still about to bloom and blossom. Of course, we were like, can we like snag one and bring it to my house? But I was like, let them get, because it looked like they were just starting to spread, like some bird or something just plopped them down there. And so as they become more plentiful, I'm going to like maybe bring one back here home and plant it here. I'm sure Mama Nature won't mind if I spread some hellborn flowers just down the street from where they planted themselves. Anyway, thank you so much for sharing that. That is the perfect message. We probably don't even need another message after that. I think my yard would be a lovely home for some, for sure. I agree. One more message for us. Ooh, Luna's chasing her tail. She's been very rambunctious. Yes, seed bombs. That's right. That's right. What you doing, Lou? She's doing acrobatics behind me for us all of a sudden. She feels all these energies too. She's having a good time. Okay, thank you. Thank you. And we got transition. Oh, Steph, if you're still on here, I'm going to tell you, for any of us who have been like down, like, look at, like my story Friday, they kept saying, just lay down. And I'm like, no, I need to do this and do that. It's because we're energetically going through a transition, a big change here. Big, huge change. And look at that vortex. Look at that portal. It's important that we do. So I said, you're still here, that we do surrender. And when we recognize our monkey mind or ego mind or the part of us that just wants to say, what's wrong with me? We can recognize that's still in operation and be like, I love you too, but we really need to just allow what is happening right now. And it's so much easier to do when you get to communicate with others that like, oh, you're having this experience too? Okay, I'm going to just lay down now. But at that time, I was just turned offline. Like, I couldn't even communicate I can't even put into words the experience, but I think you know what I'm talking about. It's almost like, I don't know what to say is going on with me. There's really nothing wrong with me, but it feels like everything's wrong with me at the same time. Oh, there's a beautiful, so the king card, I call him the king now. The king cardinal is here with us in the bush, and I have this forsythia bush outside my window, and it's the bird house, the bird bush. And this big giant red cardinal is always sitting there, and he comes and visits when he loves to listen to the messages too. Steph, I have never felt anything like it before. The dizziness is gone, but I'm moving slowly today. Yeah, the vertigo, I mean, you can't, like, the dizzy spells, the vertigo, for me it was also like, it almost felt like electrical jolts of energy going through my body, especially like almost in my head. It was like, you could hear it. I could hear like energies moving through my body, and it was just like, it was a yucky feeling. But if I could have processed that different, like, oh, I'm going through an energetic upgrade, I better like lie down and maybe drink a lot more water, or maybe get into the salt bath. Like, if I could have been in that state, I probably would have been more content and relaxed in that. But it is what it is. But we also have to like see ourselves, right? See those aspects of ourselves. Interesting. So transition is similar to the death card in tarot. Steph, I actually grabbed my head and took some deep breaths. Yeah, it was that intense. I know. Same. You're just like, yeah, we were probably doing it together. Seriously, it was a lot. Dustin, if anyone here plays on Instagram, come say hi. I am love is all that is. I'd love to intertwine energy with you beautiful souls as often as possible. I love you, Paige. Thank you again for creating this space. You're welcome. Thank you for being a part of this space. Yeah, Steph, I know. Oh, the physical experience of this energy was an all-time, like, now, not everybody's going to have this experience, but those of us who are super extrasensory to energy, yeah, it's like what, like Paula says, I feel like a live wire. I love that saying because that's exactly what it feels like. Like you're a live wire, like you're just exposed nerve. That's what you said. I feel like an exposed nerve. Same thing. That's what it kind of feels like. Tori says, wow, me too. Same feeling. Yep. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, social media. I have to, unfortunately, and fortunately, I guess, with my work, not just this work, but like Solace Farms and my brother-in-law's business, I do have to work with social media. So I'm like in and out. I like post things and like come, it's like in and out because it has been feeling very, not all of it, but it's been feeling very weird, if anything. Okay. So the transition card, the final message for us all. One of the most upsetting keys of the tarot, the Death card, is probably also the most misinterpreted, as all too often it is understood to mean a physical death. And sometimes this transition can feel like a physical death. I love, what's her name? Elizabeth April. She has a book. I love the name of her book. I haven't read it, but it says it's you're not dying, you're not dying, you're just waking up. I love that saying because that's so true. You feel like, oh my God, I'm dying, like the whole thing. So, okay, let's keep going. From this ancient I can't speak. Ancient tradition stems the superstition surrounding the number 13. It does indeed hold a very powerful influence over the collective unconscious from our species. From the starseed's perspective, death is merely transition from one form to another, from one reality to another, from one density to the next. While the transition key does imply that something is ending, it most definitely focuses on a new, perhaps unknowable beginning. From her cold marble sarcophagus, a spirit moves through the tunnel, described by so many who have reported near-death experiences and out-of-body visions. The light shines brightly, warm, and inviting. It speaks in allegory of how death is not finality, but rather a shift into a new experience. Death, interpreted by evolving starseeds, is a change of form, but it is not an ending. Perhaps the most liberating of all spiritual understanding is the acknowledgement of our own immortality, which can apply to all life. Nothing ends. It transmutes form. Even the densest matter, such as steel, eventually rusts and returns to the earth. And from that mineral deposit, new life arises. This key is a powerful tool of transformation. Understanding it, Starseed is liberated from the confines of physical reality. Questions with this key can include the following. What is ending now, and how can I transform my grief into a higher understanding of the process? What needs to change? What do I need to let go of in order to grow? What is it that I fear I am going to lose? How am I coping with my grief? What am I learning about the meaning of immortality? That is our final message here. It is very important part of the stage of evolving and growing out of that which we have been born into, we're programmed into. And our mission is to evolve out of that. And it is like a death. There is a grief process, and for some, that grief process lasts a long time, and we want to honor that too. But what are we holding on to that we think we're going to lose? Instead of inviting the new form to take shape, the new timeline to arise, the new opportunity of a new expression of self, of life itself. Um, and to honor whatever grief may be arising as well through the process, because that is definitely part of the process. All that we thought was one way eventually changes shape, changes form. Nothing ever stays the same. The one thing that you can trust that is always going to be a part of this journey is change, always and forever. Energy is always changing, experiences are always changing, we are always changing, even our physical bodies are changing. And to not be afraid of that, right? So that is the message for today. That is an awesome card image. I know. I love that. I love that. So thank you all. Thank you all for sharing this space, this energy, this time, this channel. It means so much to me. It's so important that we do take time together and just connect, talk about all the craziness and where we're going. Let's start talking about what we like to create, right? Yes, bless all of our growth and evolution. That's right, Amy. Jess, what a beautiful message. Thank you so much. Yes. Oh, yes. Thank you, Dustin. Thank you, all of you. I love you guys so much. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Martin. The mere fact that we must lose everything we love and hold dear. Yeah. Oh, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Paula. Thank you for that message on the flowers, too. That was beautiful. Thank you so much. Until next time. And thank you, Steph. Until next time, we will reconnect. I hope that you all have a beautiful evening or day, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for connecting here and being a part of this family, as we are all Starseed Soul Family Tribe. And just sending so much love. I'm so grateful for all of you. So much love. Until next time, take care. Bye.